Hey guys, I want to share with you simply the best hand strap that I've ever used on a camera. If you've actually seen me photograph before, I photograph weddings, portraits, fashion, boudoir. You've probably never seen me actually photograph with the strap on the camera and having it around my neck. I just don't do it. I like to keep it free and loose and so on. Now, I usually actually have a camera strap that actually is a hand strap that fits comfortably on the camera. Now, all the ones that I've ever used are straight, that go right around like this. Now, when Spider Holster released this, I looked at it and it looks completely weird when it's off the camera. It's all crooked and I'm like, what's this ridiculous? What is this? Then I actually put it on my camera and I realized that when you put your hand on the camera and then you turn your hand ready to actually press the shutter with your index finger, it's actually just made perfectly. It's such a simple thing, but I've never seen a hand strap actually fit so perfectly and ergonomically. So now I can walk around and literally not even have to worry about anything, and it keeps me steady and keeps me secure. So if you're actually used to the Spider Holster system, if you look at this bracket, the plate that's on the bottom of the camera, you simply feed this from the top here, so that little nub there, that I forget what they actually call it, but that little piece on the top of the camera, and then you place it on, and then you can put it underneath the plate and it secures perfectly. So all you simply do is you can use it no problem, and then you can just bring it right down here and then bring it out again. Nice and steady. Now this of course works not only with a camera, a big camera like the D5 for example, with a vertical grip. There's a little bit of room to play of course, and you can also use it on a smaller camera. So let's have a look at this. So check this out. How cool is this? So if you look over here, that's actually the way it's connected. And depending on your hand size and the shape of your hand, of course, you can actually angle it and so on. If you can actually look at the difference, if you look at these two, you sort of see how they're on a bit of a different angle. You see that? This is a little bit more crooked. Now, because it needs a certain style to hold it, a smaller camera, you go in here like this and I can shift it up like that, and you see how comfortable that is. So I've never used an actual more comfortable hand strap ever. And trust me, I've used hand straps now almost my whole career because I just don't like having anything around my neck or anything like that. I find it quite tiresome. Now here's another really cool thing. So just make sure you go to spiderholster.com and check the hand strap out. And if you quote the actual promo code Jerry20, you get 20% off the entire store using the promo code Jerry20 on spiderholster.com. So check that out. I really, really love that. So not only does it work with a camera that has a big vertical grip, of course, with a smaller camera like the D850, for example, as well. Now, what they just released, and this is my perfect heaven, because what I do is, I'm shooting in the studio. This is actually my studio right behind these walls. And what I like to do is, I love shooting with a longer lens, and I like to shoot freehand. And every so often, if I'm doing a composite, if I'm doing something that requires something that's a bit steady, what I'd like to do is put it on the actual camera. The problem is that if my plate's on the camera over here, I find that I'm putting it on my Spider Holster and it gets a little bit in the way. So what I prefer to do is, I would have loved to have seen the plate actually on the bracket here, and they've actually just released it. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So just so you know, for this, as you can see, this little nub here, this little pin, that actually slides in here like this. And of course, the center of gravity of the lens is actually just right here, which means that when you scooch down and you squat down, this will get out of your way. Let's say sometimes when the plate is actually on the camera and you have a longer lens, and then you crouch down, the camera and the lens can actually hit the ground a little bit. In this case, it just gives you enough room to play a little bit. And here's the cool thing: not only does it give you the center of gravity and actually holds the actual the camera and the lens in your center of gravity, it actually makes your back hurt less. And of course, if you've actually seen my journey the last couple of years, I hurt my back a couple of years ago. I couldn't walk. I had a bad case of sciatica. It was a huge problem. So now that the doctors and the chiropractors have said, Jerry, you've got to actually take the weight off the camera off you. So I've found that out of all the solutions out there, this is actually a really cool one, because I don't really feel it, because when everything's on your waist, it's comfortable. Now, here's the cool thing. Because I like to work freehand, and I can do anything I want inside the studio, then all I simply do, if I want to go into the actual, if I want to go on the plate on my tripod, I slide it in. So it has a standard tripod plate that is in there. So not only do I have this hand strap that's comfortable, I also have the plate that goes on a tripod, but then of course I can just bring it off and then put it right on my hip here as well. So that's fantastic. I love that. So I got to say, you know, I flirted with Spider holsters a couple of years ago. I use them, you know, every now and again, and I found that these were the two things that were missing: the hand strap and the collar there as well. Here's another cool thing. So if you look around here like this, if you're, let's say, walking on location and you're going outside for a very long time and you don't want to be bothered by a camera bag, then this, of course, is going to hold a long 70-200mm lens. You can pop it in here, and then you don't have to worry about anything else. And also, you've got the Spider Monkey, which is basically a strong adhesive with a little nub here, a little tab, that you stick on certain devices. For example, if you have an ice light, you can just do that as well. You pop it on here, and it's locked. It's not going anywhere. Or you press it, bring it up. So right now, I'm carrying a camera that I can hardly feel. I'm carrying the actual flash that I can hardly feel in this as well. And of course, because I've got two here, I can switch between right and left very, very easily. So guys, check it out. Like I said, the best hand strap that I've ever used. No, I am not being paid to say this. Quite simply, when I see something that I love, that it's actually helped me, it helps my comfort, it helps me as a photographer, it makes me more smooth, and it gets me into the film and mix a little bit more. I want my camera gear to be effortless. I don't want to have to worry about my gear. So the more comfortable it is for me to get my shots, then I can go through a day. I'm almost 45 now, so I find that weddings are a little bit tougher than they usually are. It makes me a lot more comfortable. And this actually gets the support of my back, and it makes it a lot easier. So go to spiderholster.com, check it out, the hand strap. The hand strap here on both these cameras here, of course. Of course, you've got the traditional system, which is fantastic, which is the belt, and you've got the plates. Now you've got the lens collar, which is fantastic. It's brand new. I think it's like 35 bucks or something ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So again, you can just bring that off. You can put that on the belt. You can put that on a tripod straight away, and then take the center of gravity of that camera and that lens right in there. And of course, you've got this thing here, which is a Spider Monkey. It's a fantastic system. Save yourself 20%. Go to spiderholster.com and put the promo code in Jerry20. Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy. It's such a cool piece of equipment. Thank you.